Hey everybody, so here in week 2 of Athlean-X's bonus program, Champion, today is one of the conditioning days. Like I said, there are 3 lifting days and 2 conditioning days. I'm getting a lot of All-American Muscle vibes in this program, and especially in these training days. And this reminds me of what you're going to kind of see in Built for Performance. So the first conditioning day is labeled Zone 2 and jump training. So a lot of the exercises in regards to the jump training that I have seen, we saw in All-American Muscle. And again, it's not, the jump training is technique based, not raise your heart idea. So like the broad jumps, you do 2 in a set. It's really about your technique rather than cardio. And then comes the zone 2. One comment about that, and I noticed that this week, zone 2 once a week, I think that's, I don't even think that reaches the minimum threshold. In all my research, Dr. Peter Attia, the Huberman podcast, the actual threshold for cardio at zone 2 and to see all the cardiac benefits, I believe you're to get like 150 minutes a week. Each week, he is increasing the time that you are supposed to be doing zone 2, but still, last week, I think it was like 15 to 25 minutes zone 2, and zone 2 you choose whatever gets your heart rate where it needs to be, and whether that, and you can use a row machine, you can use the bike, you can use a treadmill, you can go outside, that's up to you. I have actually, now that life is somewhat back to normal, started trying to incorporate a lot more zone 2 in my week. So that little tidbit that is written into this day is so minuscule. I've added on tremendously. Then the second conditioning day of the week is VO2, which is going to be a sprinting style workout. In this case, he used the Cooper's test, which is 12 minutes, whatever apparatus way you choose to do it. You go for 12 minutes and just as far as you can possibly go distance-wise, and then you're going to use that as a comparison for the remainder of the program. And then your carries and your dead arm hangs. So again, reminding me very much of All-American Muscle. And I really loved those iron will drills and it showing back up in this program, the dead arm hangs, the carries. In fact, in that 22-day pull-up challenge to double the amount of pull-ups you did, dead arm hangs was a very important exercise that you utilize to increase your strength in order to increase your pull-ups. So I'm very happy to see that repeating in this program. The other day, as I told you, or the last video, I was competing this program at about level 2 with slight modifications when it came to pull-ups. I jumped ahead to extreme for women in the cardio exercises, workouts. And even then, for instance, in jump training, he has you jumping rope, just traditional 2-foot jump rope. I have been continuing to practice my jump rope ever since it came into play way back, especially the Max Shred program. You do a lot of jumping and jump rope, and then there's different degrees of the different jumping ropes. So since that came back into my life years ago, I incorporate that quite often. So extreme level today jump rope, you were to do 75 consecutive 2-foot jumps. not saying that if you don't do that, you can't move on to the next exercise. He's just saying if you are incapable of doing those sets and consecutive jumps, that you definitely need to work on your jump rope. That's nothing to me. In regards to jumping rope, I use jump rope as a warm-up. So I actually was doing those 75 jumps, dropping it, and then doing tuck jumps. Especially, I actually flip-flopped that. The jump rope was supposed to show up later in the workout. I moved that to the front because, like I said, I like to use jump rope as a warm-up. And with those box jumps, the dumbbell box jumps where you're holding weights and technically your weighted jump squat and you're preloading it into the box jump, I was just like, the jump rope and the tuck jump seemed like a very good warm-up before moving into that move. So in regards to my approach to this program, the one thing that is not incorporated, again, core. So if my thoughts are, since zone 2 is becoming more of a daily occurrence for me, or a much more consistent occurrence for me during the week, maybe I'm going to start switching, and the jump day is going to be jump and core. I'll see you guys tomorrow for the third workout of the week, which is, that entire workout is basically legs. So it is the most brutal of all the workouts. Hey everybody, so today doing the second lifting workout of the week, which is very heavily legs, not entirely legs, but predominantly legs. Just in the midst of doing my rounds of Metcon 1, and this last go around, my heart rate topped out at 122, just to give you an idea of the metabolic conditioning that does occur in these circuits. So, final move, pardon Big Bang Theory. Final move of the workout, so it's overtime. Today, goblet squats with a, obviously, prescribed number of reps, given time to complete those reps in, and a prescribed weight. And I believe right there at the end, my watch was getting emails, but at one point my heart rate was at 139, just to give you an idea. And of course, large number goblet squats in a prescribed amount of time, you're gonna get the heart rate up. So today was dead arm hangs, carries, and then that Cooper's test for VO2 max. I was a little shocked at the dead arm hang. It wasn't as much of a significant jump from the last time that we did this conditioning workout, but this time around I monitored my rest time as well. So I set an interval timer and stuck with that. You're to do 3 sets. And the cumulative fatigue added up there towards the end. That last one, I was eking that one out. For curiosity's sake, as I said, I'm doing this at level 2. I jumped ahead to the next step up would be extreme women in my case. There was no difference between the level 2 and the extreme this workout. Then, for curiosity's sake, I wanted to know if we were going to increase our time for the hang. Next week is different, so there's a change up, very similar like I explained the other day with that overtime where I thought we were just going to keep adding reps. We're not. Change next week, rather than increasing the amount of time you have to do the dead arm hang, you add weight and your time drops down. So that's going to be interesting, because the other difference this week, rather than increasing the distance for the carries, the farmer carries, we shorten the distance, but he has you increase the weight. And truth be told, I was eking those out and I did not do the specified weight that he prescribes. I was 7 pounds under the prescribed weight and I was feeling it. The only difference here too, and this really came to light when I jumped on the bike and I could feel my legs, the way that the schedule is written, today should have been a rest day. Then I would have done another lifting day before this VO2 training day, conditioning day. Very rarely do I follow the schedule as written, and that's just because of how I'm feeling and life. And this past weekend, I rested, knowing that today is a day I go to yoga, and this conditioning workout goes rather quickly. I decided to get it in before I left for yoga, and that's just the way my schedule fit. And I had already taken 2 rest days over the weekend. So yesterday was the heavy leg day, and my legs felt it. Like I said, specifically on the bike and the dead arm hang. My elbow is not 100% yet. It has improved significantly from my injury, but it's far from 100%, and I could feel that. So that was just information to process. So that's what our conditioning days look like. 1 more lifting workout of the week, and then the AX qualifier, and I'll be moving on to round 3 of Athlean-X's bonus program, Chaxmpion. And I'll go a little more in depth next week on those qualifier challenges, workouts, whatever you like to call them. So see ya.